Hey guys, this is your weekly forecast for the 17th of December 2018. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, do use the link below. And do check out the Christmas special. There are coupons and $100 off for all MP4s. So this is for all the signs, and it's quite bizarre. Mostly when I do, actually all the time when I do readings, I pull one out for each of the topics that I'm going to cover. But the last reading I've done, and this one as well, 2 cards fell out for our career, finances and study. So first of all, I want to say that there is going to be a turning on the back of the government. Now, I'm not saying it's the present government. It could be the government that's already, just passed in an election, in the last 2 years or year or whatever. There has been recent elections everywhere. But there is the turning on our back on our government, whether this is the people themselves. It's a very emotional time, but there has been some corruption. There has been some lies and some deceit and some tyranny and some overuse of power, those kinds of things. We do have the devil. And the card, a 8 of Cups, came over that as well. So this is an emotional walking away, emotional turning our back on previous government or government, where there is deceit and lies that are coming out to the forefront. For some of you, I feel like it has been touched on before, like this has been simmering, this has been coming to a head, but this week in particular, you're going to see a major development. You are going to see a major moment, because this is a major arcana card, and at the end of this month, we are going into the full moon, which is Cancer. So, tensions are rising, emotions are rising as well. It's in regards to... there is a lot of backlash. There's a lot of backlash coming out, and this is information that's come out. Perhaps it's a surprise this information has come out, or we've been, hearing bits, hearing pieces, and what you thought it was comes out. It's the exact opposite. It's like, oh, what a shock, what an awe, or that this has been coming out a little bit at a time, but you had no idea how far back this went, or how deep it went, or how many people were involved. In terms of our finances in our banks, not our personal finances, but financials on a whole, there is going to be some banks facing some strict ruling and handing down and that kind of thing as well. They're also going to go away from what would be normally termed of as a loan or mortgage. So not completely, but there is going to be a turning away of we're going through that transition. We're not going to do that anymore. So we are moving on to something else to do with our loans and our spending. There is also going to be some reckless stock market. So maybe there's the idea that someone's going to sell, or that there's going to be a merge, or, an owner of a company sells out their stocks, and then right before there's information that comes out, you know what I mean, like insider trading, something like that anyway. To do with your finances, some of you are saying goodbye to debt. You're actually wiping it off. And so this is in a place for you now where you are on the straight and narrow. For others, this is some kind of prohibition, some kind of payback that you must do. It's clear and center now. This is affecting your finances to do with some sort of addiction. Now, if you have been thieving, if there's any sort of fraud, this is going to come up and catch you now. In terms of our study, some of you are opting out away from the tyrannical teacher, opting away from the classes that were just bringing you stress and anxiety and wasn't really what you thought it was going to be, and it really was a struggle to continue. As far as your job is concerned, some of you are saying, look, that's it, I'm leaving, I'm off to a new position, a new role, a new job altogether, getting away from the toxic people, the tyrannical boss, a job that you felt chained to or that you were obsessively working over. So if you're staying in the same job, this obsessive working, you've stopped that. Now you're actually now going to do things in a lot nicer way. In our home, we do have the Knight of Wands. Some of you are quick and fired up about going away on a holiday. A small select few of you might be given a holiday or win a holiday. This is also about we've made a decision and we're determined to just run with it. We want to have it. We're going to go towards it. And us as a family, or if you're not having a family, it's you. I've got this idea. I'm going with it. I've got a lucky opportunity. sometimes people say it's too good to be true, but in this instance, your intuition, your gut instinct is telling you this is it, and you've got a taste of it and you want to run with it. For others, you also might have a determined child or a family member in your home who is making radical decisions, making radical ideas, or they've just come up with the blue of, oh, I'm going for a year overseas break, or I'm going to move out of the home, or I'm going to go to university, just an out of the blue decision, and they're gung-ho about it, and they're determined, and they're just going to go and do that now. For some of you are, that's it, you're on. You've been working on it, you've been working towards it, and now you're moving, whether that be houses, or this is relocating completely, or relocating your home. In your health, you do have the Justice card. Now this is getting that news that you needed to be able to provide those answers. It's also about if there's an operation, if there's something to do with the heart, with the needle, it will provide that balance. It will provide that the outcome that it needs to be, because this is there is going to be a leveling. This is an answer being handed down by specialists. This is something that you have been waiting for. It's a major arcana card, major turning point. This is arteries, ankles, calves, legs, and shins. So if this is about a break, we have an operation and it's fine. If we have broken our foot, we're going back and everything's fine and we're good. Wherever this area is that you are experiencing, there will be an answer, there will be a moving forward, and you will be getting the leveling that you need. Now, in our love, we do have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Now, if we're talking about these two together, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to get up and I'm going to move to where my loved one is. I've met this person online and I'm finally on my way to meet them, or they are to here. For others, this is I've been waiting for visas, I've been waiting for the right time, I've been waiting for support, whatever it is, to be able to reunite with my partner, whether they are here or you are to there. There's been a distance there for that as well. For some of you, this is, I'm excited. I have this idea that we are starting our journey and we're doing that together, but it's you and a loved one. For those just in partnerships, this is about I've met someone. And this person is slightly different from what I would normally see. This person is foreign, foreigner from a different country, different culture, and this is exciting to you. And there's passion there as well. For those of you in a committed relationship, this is about doing something different. This is about spicing up your life, your love life. This is about really spending time with each other and exploring other things as well. So your drawing virtue messages from the angels this week is... got the same cards last week. So Vanessa's saying you are going to be making a decision. This is something that's important to you about your roots, your home, your heritage. This is about who you are. And this is an important decision. And perhaps that was it about, you're starting this decision last week and now you've decided that is the way to go. That is about leaving that work, leaving that debt and leaving it behind you. And Rochelle is the one saying, listen, you need to trust your heart. You need to trust your gut instincts on this. The decision that you make will lead you to happiness. So be kind to you and those you love. Merry Christmas. And from Jedi Side, Jake, may the Force be with you.